Well, the Oklahoma State football team is in New Orleans getting ready for a big bowl game.
And that's where we find News Channel 4's Dillard Buckingham, who spent the day with the Pokes off the gridiron.
Well, hello from the Big Easy. Welcome back to New Orleans, where the Cowboys have wrapped up their 4th day of preparation for Ole Miss and their Sugar Bowl showdown coming up this Friday. After practice and interviews were over today, Oklahoma State took a little bit of their own free time to give back to the community of New Orleans, and they had a blast doing it with some very special kids. The Cowboy entourage spent Tuesday afternoon at New Orleans Ochsner Hospital for Children. Players handed out plenty of Poke presents and smiles to local families who are dealing with tough medical issues and met kids as young as 3 weeks old. In one room, a high-stakes game of Candyland broke out, and some players took a beating on the game board, all while laughing with a young patient who was no amateur.
They enjoy this. They understand the impact they can make, and for them to sit down and play Candyland and play cards with young people makes me feel good as a coach, and it should make their parents very proud.
According to the hospital staff, the last 3 teams to visit there have gone on to win the Sugar Bowl, a trend the Cowboys hope continues this Friday. We'll have your coverage all week long, not only on KFOR, but on KFOR.com. In the Big Easy with the Cowboys, Dillard Buckingham, News Channel 4. Back to you. Thank you and welcome back to New Orleans, where we're still a few days away from the Sugar Bowl, which will provide OSU quarterback Mason Rudolph just a few more days to rest up that surgically repaired foot. The Cowboys are acting as if he's a full go for Friday's contest against Ole Miss. So the question isn't if he's going to play, but how much. The Cowboys say they're going to let the game itself dictate that.
They're sharing reps, and they're both looking good and sharp, and they both have their packages, and as we get closer to the game, we'll make decisions based on the flow of the game and the productivity as well.
It'll be something that develops. You know, the way our offense runs, we never know. You know, if he's rolling, then roll with him. Let him lead the offense. Let him go score the points. And then if it was me rolling like at Tech, then they were doing that. So, and the offense has done a very good job of adjusting to whoever's out there.
Both of them throw to us, you know, so the timing of both of them is there. You know, so when we go out there, it's the same.
It's been good for us to have more time because when we broke them down, we kind of broke them down as 2 separate entities, and we've been able to formulate game plan for each of them and put in enough things that we can feel like we can adjust at whatever we need to do.
It almost doesn't matter who plays, J.W. Walsh or Mason Rudolph. Over the last 6 games, the Cowboys have passed for at least 325 yards in each contest and are averaging 3.5 touchdown passes in every one of those games. In New Orleans with the Cowboys, Dillard Buckingham, News Channel 4 Sports.
Well, the excitement is building in New Orleans as the Pokes get set to take on Ole Miss in the 82nd annual All-State Sugar Bowl. Our own Dillard Buckingham is in the middle of it all as he takes a look back at the historic 1946 Sugar Bowl.
Hello, welcome back to New Orleans. We're hanging out in front of the Superdome getting ready for the Sugar Bowl. The Cowboys are making their 2nd Sugar Bowl appearance, with the first being in 1946. And that game was a tough ticket. So tough, in fact, even the governor of Oklahoma had a hard time getting one. Headlines read 73,000 to attend the 1946 Sugar Bowl featuring St. Mary's College and Oklahoma A&M. According to Sugar Bowl lore, then Oklahoma Governor Robert S. Kerr met with the bowl president and said, quote, "Gentlemen, I'm a man of few words. I want tickets." To which the bowl official replied, "We're men of few words too, Governor. We haven't got any."
Can the Aggies make it? The shift is right. Fenimore back. He has the ball, and he hits in there hard, and he's over for another Oklahoma A&M touchdown.
The game featured national leading rusher Bob Fenimore for the Aggies of A&M, and the Gales' Hawaiian Hurricane, Herman Wedemeyer, who was 2nd in the country in rushing. Ultimately, it was the Aggies who prevailed that New Year's Day, 33-13.
Oklahoma A&M 33, St. Mary's College 13.
Welcome back to New Orleans. We're in front of the Mercedes-Benz Superdome, the site of Friday's contest between Oklahoma State and Ole Miss in the Sugar Bowl. Now, this Goliath of a stadium just turned 40 this year, and it's been through quite a journey.
Even from a distance, fans of all ages marvel at the space-age splendor of the Louisiana Superdome. Its glacier white roof houses more than 72,000 seats,
Construction of the iconic Superdome began in 1971. When it opened in 1975, it was, and still is, the world's largest steel framed arena. The roof spans nearly 10 acres. No stranger to the big stage, Superdome has hosted 7 Super Bowls, 5 Final Fours, and the Sugar Bowl since 1975. 80,000 saw Pope John Paul II in 1987. 87,500 jammed with the Rolling Stones. The Superdome served as a refuge to 30,000 in the city's darkest hours. After Katrina, New Orleans rose again with the Superdome as its crown jewel. So many memorable moments inside this facility. Hopefully Oklahoma State can make some on Friday. Now we continue our team coverage from across the country with Brian Brinkley with the Oklahoma Sooners in Miami. Brian?
Meanwhile, the Cowboys are in New Orleans.
Not a bad place to visit, even if there isn't a football game. Our own Dillard Buckingham is in the Big Easy.
Well, hello and good evening from Bourbon Street, a rowdy place in New Orleans, Louisiana right now. Cowboys fans and Rebels fans are rolling in right now, and it's plain to see they're going to let the good times roll in just 48 hours.
Oh, it's been really fun, loads of fun.
And our coverage is going to roll on from the Big Easy from now until the end of the game, and you can find it right here on KFOR and, of course, on KFOR.com. In New Orleans with the Cowboys, Dillard Buckingham, News Channel 4.
Lots of football today. We continue our bowl coverage in Nolens.
How do you say it?
New Orleans.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
Nolens. Yeah.
News Channel 4's Dillard Buckingham was at Fan Fest, where a sea of orange has flooded New Orleans. I said it.
Well, welcome back to All-State Fan Fest in New Orleans, where the Oklahoma State faithful have come out and they have supported their Cowboys in today's pep rally. And they are fired up for tomorrow's contest in the Sugar Bowl against Ole Miss. Well, we're just over 24 hours away from kickoff, and both the Rebels and the Cowboys are going through their final game preparations. We'll have much more on that coming up in sports. In New Orleans with the Cowboys, Dillard Buckingham, News Channel 4 Sports.
And as you just heard D-Buck say, we're going to have a lot more on the matchup coming up a little later in sports.
He gets all the tough assignments, doesn't he?
I know, right? That looked like so much
fun.
Well, welcome back to the French Quarter in New Orleans, where we just wrapped the OSU pep rally at the All-State Fan Fest. One of the most intriguing matchups in this game in the Sugar Bowl tomorrow will be the receiving course for both Ole Miss and OSU. The Cowboys have 11 different players that have caught touchdown passes, while Ole Miss boasts Laquan Treadwell, who was this close to going to OSU, except he just happened to pick the Rebels. The Cowboys say they're the deeper unit and plan to show it on Friday.
For me, I'm approaching it as every other game. Every game I go into it, watch my film, study my opponent, study there's usually just 1 or 2 guys that are going to be over me most of the game. And so I like to know those guys the best I can, whether it be on the field, off the field, whatever, and learn a lot about the guys you're going against. And so for me personally, it's been a lot of the same preparation. I've had more time, so it's been pretty nice, and I'm just ready to get out there and get it going.
Any one of our receivers, are go-to guys. It don't matter second string, third string. You know what I mean? We got guys that can go all over the field, and you know what I mean. So I say the same thing about our receivers, James, Seals, Glidden.
The recognition it'll come with us, with success. And so every time I step on the field, I just try to do my best, and just thank God for the opportunity.
Definitely, we're going out playing Ole Miss, the best offense in the SEC. They have great receivers like Laquan Treadwell. We didn't finish out the season like we wanted to. We're in the Sugar Bowl, playing the Superdome in front of all our fans. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Coming up tonight at 10, we'll say goodbye to the OSU seniors who are playing their final game at the Sugar Bowl. In New Orleans with the Cowboys, Dillard Buckingham, News Channel 4 Sports.
And the Oklahoma State Cowboys in New Orleans for the Sugar Bowl tomorrow.
News Channel 4's Dillard Buckingham is in the Big Easy.
Well, hello and welcome back to New Orleans. Happy New Year to you. The Cowboys and Rebels fans have converged on the Big Easy, and they've been vocal so far. The Ole Miss fans have come in all week screaming hotty toddy. But what exactly does that mean?
Hotty toddy. I know it's a drink.
It's just our fight chant. It's been around a long time.
Good, nice, warm drink.
Kind of after the drink, hot toddy.
I know how to get it started. All you got to do is get a fan and yell, "Are you ready?"
Hell yeah! Damn right! Hotty toddy, got your money. Who the hell are we? Hey, flam, flam, wham, bam, Ole Miss, my damn. Woo! Go Rams!
How many hot toddies are had on game days?
Depends on the weather. I'm thinking 2 or 3 will be good for this.
Third time's charm. I'm sick and tired of these damn rebels. I'm ready to beat them.
Coming up later in sports, the Cowboys seniors give us their thoughts on playing for the final time in an OSU uniform. In New Orleans with the Cowboys, Dillard Buckingham, News Channel 4. Happy New Year's Eve and happy Sugar Bowl Eve to you from New Orleans. We're less than 24 hours away from 15 OSU seniors donning a Cowboy uniform for the final time. That includes quarterback J.W. Walsh, a team leader and fan favorite. He says he's been a lot more free and loose, knowing it's his final time to play for OSU. The seniors say they're focused on this game, but they're also very sad their Cowboy careers are coming to a close.
It's bittersweet, but it's exciting to know that, you know, my last football game will be in one of the biggest bowl games, on a big stage at a place that I've always wanted to play in.
I've tried not to think about too much, but it's kind of just like the elephant in the room type of deal where it's there and guys ask you about it. It's one of those things that you're excited to be here for your last one.
We know it's a business trip and we're really out here enjoying ourselves. We enjoy each other because it's going to be the last time a lot of us get to really hang out and see each other. So really trying to split both things, being able to practice and being able to hang out with each other. So we're trying to make the best of our trip.
Emmanuel Ogba isn't a senior, but there's a chance it's his final game too, as he might enter the NFL draft. But he hasn't let that enter his mind just yet.
Right now, the most important thing is winning this game, and that's all my focus is on right now. Playing here, it's meant a lot to me. I appreciate Coach Gunny giving me an opportunity to come here. Throughout the years I've been here, it's just helping me out and my teammates out, being the best we can be on and off the field.
This class would love to end on a high note by bringing home a Sugar Bowl crown. We'll find out if they can do it tomorrow night here in the Big Easy. In New Orleans with the Cowboys, Dillard Buckingham, News Channel 4 Sports.